Welcome back to my channel. Hi everybody. Hi. You guys are going to hear some crazy noises because, it's my day off. Okay, and cleaning happens, hanging out with the fam, my kids with me because we are besties and we like to be together all the time. So she's hanging out, and I also straightened out the studio and kind of cleaned and organized, and that's really motivated me to film more, which is good because I needed to, and for her to be back here, which just gives her a spot to sit and hang out, and she enjoys it, right? Yeah. So today is a plan with me. I have filmed this part of this before, and it was god awful long because I use a loose version of the GTD, kind of more or less based off of Brandy Michelle's version, which I really like. Check her out, Brandy Michelle plans. She's amazing, really functional, and clear with her words, and just I love her. She's very inspiring to me functionally. Actually, she's the reason why I changed my channel to veer towards more functionality. Well, besides the fact that I need it to be functional, because when you first start planning, you get kind of caught up in the beauty of all the fun stuff, cute stuff and everything, and then you get excited and you can go, it's like a rabbit hole, you go down it. I started off with a notebook and pen and just wrote everything. Ever since I was young, I used a bullet system and didn't realize it. And then I finally got like spiral notebooks or planners from like my dad from like banks or offices or something, and I always use those. I've always had a planner. I've always loved them. I liked keeping up with my stuff, and at that time, when I was the times that I was most productive were times I did not have pretty things. It was just pen to paper. So I have found a balance between the two. So hopefully this will inspire you to find your balance. Those of you that are new and have asked me to do a video based off of planning for beginners. Honestly, all I can say to you guys, I will be doing that video, but all I can truly say is start with the bare basics. Don't go overboard. Don't go overboard right away. That's easier said than done. But then again, maybe you need to find your niche, because I don't personally know what you need, and everyone's different. So you may have to experiment and go overboard, but I do suggest not to go in and buy like a Gillio firsthand. I would buy a Michaels. I would start off at Michaels. Start with the Happy Planner, whether it's spiral or disc bound. Start with that, because that was a good base for me to really figure out what I liked. Rings I've been in rings for a long time because I knew that's what I wanted. It took a while for me to develop my system and develop a functional system in my rings, because inserts can be difficult to find, but Peanuts Planner Co. and all of them have really helped me develop my style and really helped my planner become a workforce. So I'm going to show you today how I plan my weeks. Now, I've kind of done parts of it because this would be incredibly long if I did not. Okay. And like I mentioned, I started this video already but deleted it because it was so incredibly long, and to me I felt could have been very boring. So let's get started. Now, please check out Brandy Michelle Plan. She has no idea who I am, but I respect her so very much. And maybe one day she will say hi to me. That would be amazing. But I fangirl over some people. I do, and I actually have it written down, and I'll share that with you later. But alright, so the first thing I do, I have this up in the front. You guys are seeing my planner how it normally is. This is usually in the front, and honestly my planner is usually very messy too. It has paper sticking out of it, bills and things like that. I'm not gonna lie about that. Now, I do clean it and organize it every evening, but I use my planner thoroughly throughout the entire day. So this is what I follow for my daily planning. When it comes to my weekly, I use this. This is a weekly review. Now, this is based off Brandy Michelle's version of the GTD system by David Allen. I am going to get David Allen's book and read it so I can create my own, but hers has been amazing. And I tweaked it to fit myself. So I'm going to skip all that and just show you the mind sweep, because really the mind sweep kind of goes through all this. This is like David Allen's capture, review, and plan. That's his version. Tell you what to do. Basically, I mean, she added a couple of things, but you review your calendar, weekly checklist, goals and focus, action lists, projects, work lists for upcoming tasks. When you plan, you need to plan your weekly goals and focus, update weekly pages, fitness plan, whatever it is. For me, you'll see. So the first thing are your dailies. Now my dailies, I have moved out of here, but something interesting has happened recently. My dailies have all of a sudden become my inbox. I know, that's weird. And by the way, don't worry, I'm getting my nails done. I'm sorry. I may actually give them a break and do my own nails and get this acrylic off, or this gel off, because, I mean, obviously my nails are long naturally, but I have that gel on top. I think I just need to give it a break. So anyway, so this is my inbox, a form of one of my inboxes. As my last video, if you watch, my inbox is large. It's like this much left. So I take whatever's in here, ends up being like my daily pages. So this is great because I have it broken down into do today, do later, add to list, projects, and reminders. And that's been very helpful. So anyway, you want to zero out your inbox. Okay, that means you're going to delegate everything in here to its proper place. And you need to build a next action list. Now for me, next action list is complicated at times. I'm learning to get used to it, and it's been months that I've tried this, but in a way this is working for me. I can just keep looking back. It may cause me to have more work, or anyway, let's just move on. I actually can mark this because I've done it. So anything that's 3 or 5 minutes, like emails, phone calls, and things like that, get them out of the way. Do them right away. But for me, I need to think about my time. Because productivity is a big deal, but when you work a couple of jobs, you've got to find the time to do phone calls and emails that may take a little more effort or research. So there's that. But if it's like time sensitive, then you get it out of the way. Oh, this has been done too. Y'all, today has been like killing it. Look at that. Hey, I'm filming, so say hi to everybody. And then I'm filming the plan with me. So I've actually accomplished everything today, so that's really amazing. So let's move on. Okay, so my dailies. Last week's calendar that requires action and prep. So basically what that is, you want to, let me make sure this is in the right spot. So you want to go to your calendar and look at this past week and make sure that you've accomplished everything, whether any projects you may have started, things like that. If you have actually need to reschedule appointments, which I do, which is the nails, things and such. And then what's coming up. So I really don't have anything except rescheduling the nail appointment, which I think I'm going to skip and do my own nails. So that saves time. C, requires action and prep. Project started. So the project that I have started was a studio, and honestly I'm working on it today and am almost finished with it, or actually am. I just need to mop and stuff like that and try and figure out, I need more storage for things, and I need to figure out a new layout because my husband and I share one big room, and we've separated it to where he has a space and I have a space, and my space is a very unique shape. So, well, I'll get into that another time. Things coming up that require next action. Okay, so I've had questions about next action lists. What's the difference between your inbox and your next action? All right, that's a very, very, very good question. Now, hold on one second. Get this guy real quick. with next action, you're basically, this is a list that is an action that is the very next action, hence the name of the list. Now, for example, in my case, I'll just go ahead and use this as a case. Let me go back to my, let me go back here. So with my next action, for example, I need to actually mail out some things tomorrow. So my very next action for that is not to mail it out, but to put the packages into the car. That is the very next action. Not to mail it, but to put it in the car, get it ready. Prepare your packages, get them ready, that kind of thing. So it's basically like a detailed list. I mean, it's just your next action. It's literally what it is. So here's another example. My project right now is working in my studio, getting it working and functional and a good flow again. Looking around, I've done a lot of streamlining and things, but my very, very, very next action, which is the next task that I need to do in here, is not clean the studio, but to dust or mop the floors. So my case, I need to vacuum floors. That's my very next action. Now I'm doing it all in one day. Okay, your next action list, you do a next action for the week. So if you are doing projects, you will lay down the next actions required for it. So in this case, vacuum floors, mop floors, etc. It basically breaks it down in a detailed task. Now I'm going to be honest, a lot of times my next action list is my daily pages in my wallet. Okay, it's turned out to be that way, but I really love my Stayology and wallet and such, but I'm starting to lean more towards my rings again because I've always been a ring girl and love it. But so I'll fill all this out. Right now I'm just going to use this so I can flip around and, it'll make more sense to you guys. So I'll go through that. What else requires next action? What do I have going on? Okay, let me read through the mind sweep, okay? Things coming up that require next action. Things that are coming up. Tomorrow, I've already set these pages up because this is what took so long, and I'll explain what I've done. But tomorrow I actually have off, but it's going to be like a cleaning day and things like that. So I've got to send some mail out. I've got to clean the house. There's just things I need to do. And then, I just work a lot. And so my work stuff is a little different. It's put in a different place. So, okay. So I have all that there, like mail things out. And I'll add it and I'll show you in a second. So cards, gifts, or stamps, family events or parties, emails that require action. Did you check your inboxes? Waiting on what? Do you need to research? Do you have a next action for every current project? Any travel or vacation days coming? Does anything else have your attention? Write it down. So what she means by, I'm going to do a whole video on my projects, okay? Because that's going to take a whole video. But what she's saying here is, this is Randy Michelle right here. What she's saying here, or how I take it, do you have any next action for every current project? So if you have a list of your projects that you want to do, what is the very first action that you need to do for it? For example, let's say let's say that you want to start the KonMari method of your house. Now that's a huge project, okay? What's the first action? How much do you know about the KonMari method? Do you need to research it? You got to research it, read the books first. That would be your next action. That's what she means by that. And then you take step by step. So the first step in KonMari is actually going through your clothes first, things that spark joy, so on and so forth. Anyway, I don't have any family events or parties and so on and so forth. So you just go through and see what this requires. So I'm going to go ahead and take you to my week right here. This is this week. It's a Sunday, and I always fill out my sleep patterns and such. So this was Saturday. I need to fill out Saturday sleep pattern. So Saturday, we didn't go to bed until 12. And I was actually productive up until that point, which is insanity. And I slept until about 7, so... And I've been productive ever since then. So that just fills it out. That's how I use this. And then I go here I forgot to fill in my water yesterday. I drank a lot of water yesterday. And today I've already had about 4 bottles. And I have one next to me too. And then this is like chores, just things self-care type stuff I like to remind myself every day of. So check my prayer. Did I pray? Yeah, put a heart. Yoga, not today. Brush teeth. Yeah, totally did. Shower, bath, not yet. It's evening time. I do a lot of this in the evening, which I'll show you here. All this is my daily planning. So I don't really have to do that. But this is how I set up my week right here. Let me show you. This is just my personal weekly pages. There's a lot more to my weekly planning, and it ties into social media. So here's a next action form here. Print out iReady info, plan my videos, make a list of videos you want to make. So this is the project, but this is the first action here that I need to do for it. And then I need to prepare packages, put packages in car, and then mail packages, but I'm not gonna put that yet. Vacuum floors, studio. And these are my next actions for the week. So you've really got to think about what you want to accomplish in the week. So for me, this week, I want to finish my studio, and then I want to hit the bathroom. So my project for this week is the bathroom. So I need to this is where you start learning what you need to tweak in your week. This honestly is now not enough room because I'm starting to want to add my projects per week, and I could put it in another spot, but I want it to be here. So I may need a tip in or something. I may need to switch my weekly layout, which I have one that has a bifold and stuff, but my project for this week is going to be the bathroom. So I'm actually just gonna write it down right here, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I use a note card. I'm gonna use a note card, but the project for this week is the bathroom, and I'm going to write down all the tasks that I need to do, or the next actions I need to do within the bathroom. So the main thing I want to do is clean the ceilings. So the actions that are required for that is to mix the solution. I have to make my own bleach solution to do that, and then actually clean the ceiling. Clear off counters. Open window to let it air out. So that's what my main focus for this week will be, is to actually do that. That's my very next action for my project, is cleaning the ceilings, and then I broke it down into an even more detail. So I need to put that somewhere in here, and since I don't have the room here, what I'm going to do, I'll be right back and I'll show you what I'll do. Okay, sorry about that. So what I have these note cards that have this built-in slit here that basically is like a bookmark. You just slip it on top of your page and boom, you have it. And considering my situation right now and I want to get things accomplished, this is going to be my next action. Brandy and Michelle also use these, which is great. I've had these for quite some time and I've been lazy and haven't used them, but I'm going to now. So this is going to actually be a part of this. I can do it that way, or I can punch it in, which is also an option. All right. So actually I like that idea a little better. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. So I have these, which don't have that top tab, but these are good options. Like if you want to punch it in, you don't really need the top tab, or if you want to do this so you can move it around, that's fine too. But I have a today marker, so you can even use post-it notes, but I'm going to use a note card and punch it in, and it does have this interesting dot grid on it. So this is my next actions list. So my project for the week, I'm going to go ahead and just write that down. And this helps you stay focused. I feel a next action list does help you stay focused. So I need to clean ceilings, and then underneath that, it's like category, subcategory, subcategory, details of the subcategory. Mix a solution, clean counters, open the window. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then I will create the next part of that. But I want to make sure I accomplish this. And from there, I then will clean the tub, etc. But that right there is in my zone cleaning, so I don't necessarily have to write that down, but I'm writing this down as an example. Now, part of my next action, okay, next part is to mail packages. Now, I do my next action a little different than some people. I actually categorize so I know what my next actions are for. So, for example, the project. And then to mail the packages, I need to prepare the packages. And then put in car. And then mail them. Okay. Let's go here real quick. Okay, so all for work, my very next action is iReady info. I need to print that, and it needs to be done by Tuesday. So I'm going to make a note. Boom, Tuesday. I also need to make a list of bids you want to make. This is part of my planning for social media. I want to make a list of videos that I want to make for the month so I can schedule them as best as I can. Not that I always stick to that schedule, obviously, but at least I have some sort of idea. So that's going to be on my next action list as well. And so far, I think that's it. That's all I truly need. So I need to punch this so it can go in. underneath. Kind of put it, I think I want it down. Yeah, and pull it forward here. This is kind of like off-centered, this bookmark. It's off-centered bookmark. Oh well. So what? I'm just gonna go with it. And that one's really off-centered, so I want to actually pull it up so I can have it a little even. Alright. I want to put it in here. So you can actually cut slits in this as well, so you can move it around or whatnot, which I actually should do because you can carry your next action list into the next week if you'd like, especially if you have a lot. I try and keep my next actions fairly small because I know myself and I get extremely overwhelmed. But if I have a moment where I want to write down every single thing, which I do, I'll do that in my wallet planner. So there's my next actions, and that's prepared. So how do I set up my week? This is exactly what I do. I don't think y'all actually knew how I truly planned my weeks until now, which is interesting, but you kind of see my process. But I do set up my pages as such. Okay, I choose a color. As you can see, this month has been red and pink, just a Valentine's-y type thing. But I decided to do like a gray and pink here. And I always put like a weekend banner, and then I have a lazy day. I do use stickers sometimes, as you see, but not often. But I set this up. All this is drawn out right here and written out. So basically this is my productivity and sleep tracker. I used to have my sleep tracker kind of separate, but I decided to save space and just keep it here. And I usually like to highlight my sleep so I can see. For example, in this past week, let's see, and I like to write down how much sleep I actually get, which is part of my weekly review. And I actually napped at some point too. So I can actually count, because this is done by hours, so I can count how many hours I've had in a week and then write that down, which I have not created the tracker for that yet, or the place to write that down yet. So I actually have, let's see, let's go up here. This, I could put it here. These could be used for that, or you can track like your steps. You can track how much sleep you get. I may put my sleep here and track that and see how much sleep I get. I don't know. I planned on this being business based, so I could just print out another set for sleep tracking. Just options. That's the beauty of having a ring planner. You can make these choices. And then this is my water, so I just drew that out. So basically Monday through Sunday, 8 little raindrops or 8 glasses of water, which to me, 1 glass of water is a whole water bottle, so it actually ends up being more. And then I write down these kind of self-care type things: devotional, yoga, meditate, brush your teeth, shower, and read or journal, make your bed, load lawn and unload dishwasher, hang clothes, Allie's chores, read with Allie, play with Allie, and vitamins. These are things I'm developing routine with. Okay, so a lot of people may ask, why do you have shower and brushing your teeth? That's just natural. Well, unfortunately, when some people go through depression and anxiety, it can be difficult for them to remember. In my case, I just go, and just don't care enough sometimes to shower at night. Like, I clean myself up, but like to full on shower, and I need to, I just forget. And I know it's actually embarrassing to admit that, but I've got to be real with you guys. That's why this is here. So you can see there's some days, okay, that's just out of honesty. I'm human, okay, with issues. So then you have my next action here, which has, like I mentioned, the project for the week. I like to give myself one project every week, or at least the next actions for a bigger project. For example, if I were to redo my bathroom, that would be a series. That would be a monthly project. You get what I'm saying? There's a difference between monthly projects and weekly projects, which I'll do a month review with you guys coming up soon. So here's this. Now, since I need to have this iReady stuff ready for Tuesday, I'm actually gonna do something I don't normally do and write that down in here. So with that being said, I need to actually print it here. So what I'm gonna do here is say print. Which, lo and behold, is my actual next action. iReady info print by Tuesday. But this helps me make sure I get it done on the right day. Okay, I know I need to have it done by this day, because sometimes your next action list can be drawn over for the entire week. Like, this is a next action for your entire week. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so this is where I wanted to show you how I can kind of use my stickers in here. You see a couple already. I don't like to clutter this up with too many stickers. Usually I don't even use washi tape, but I did that for the sake of you guys. But this is my sticker book, and these are my Moshi stickers. Some are just pretty, but I have some Grumpy Bear. But I use a lot of Shine Sticker Studio, like trash. I go to a clinic every Monday, but I actually don't have to this Monday. I go on Tuesday. So I have an option. I can do it in my daily page, or I can do it here. And to be honest, I am starting to miss my daily pages really, really badly in my actual ring planner. Because I can plan in advance and decorate in advance, because it's going to be on Tuesday and I don't have to use up so much room. This is also where you want to decide what kind of weekly layout works for you. Like, this works for me, but if you want to use stickers and things, you may want to consider either very small stickers or a week on 2 page or something like that. So it's not often that I need to get my meds on a Tuesday, so, and I don't even have to put it there, but I am going to kind of stick it here in the corner just because I can, and just kind of show you guys how I use these. And these are so large for a week on 1 page, but I like week on 1 pages. So there's that. And let's see, I've got shopping stickers, I've got a planner. These are huge. I love these. They're tiny. I love that. My YouTube stickers, some flags, my nail stickers, which I need to do actually tomorrow. I may go do that tomorrow. I have to decide if I really want to do that or not. And then I also have, these are bow headers that I'm obsessed with, from Shine Sticker Studio. I did use these in my daily pages, and like I said, I'm considering bringing my daily pages back to my planner, so to my rings. But yeah, you can use those for a lot of different things. I love these as headers too, these little bubbles. I've got, when I start my swim lessons again, I have the rescheduled and canceled. And I've got some Happy Scrappy for fun. I like to create tabs, and I'll show you. I use these for very functionally. I use these for work. You see here, this isn't a sticker. I actually drew them in, and I actually really like that, so I may start doing that. I'm trying to cut back on stickers altogether because they can be cumbersome. But anyway, so that's how I plan that. And so this ties into my scheduling for my social media, but I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to wait for that for another video because it takes so much time. Okay, and as you can see from my next action, I need to make a list of videos that I want to make. So I hope this wasn't too confusing and it was helpful. I usually create my daily pages after this for the week. I've done it honestly day by day, but I'm considering going ahead and doing daily pages, but I just do a simple bullet system and to spend the time in the morning to just kind of like do whatever I need to do. So that's, it's just something to think about. So I guess I'm finished. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I hope this video wasn't too long and I hope it made sense. And I love you guys so much. Let me show you this one more time. The week with the review. Once you review all this work list for upcoming tasks, like I've got to make an iReady list. That's my very next thing. And so I will do a work list at work. So I can't show you that now. Plus it's very private. Then plan. Weekly goals and focus. Got that. Update weekly pages. Did that. Fitness plan. I don't have one really. Next action for the week. Did that. Projects for the week. Did that. Cleaning tasks. For cleaning tasks, I'm so sorry, excuse me. I do zone cleaning. I've created zone cleaning and I have a couple of spots. I have, here we go. Did I decide to do it here or here? Okay, no. Here. House care. And so this is day base and this is weekly. So this is week 6, which is obviously here. Week 7 is what's coming up. And I've actually done all this so I can mark it off. I've done this. And basically what this is zone cleaning. This is tied into my zones in my list section, which I was thinking about putting back right in front of here so it was easy to get to, but I don't know. I like flipping in my planner. Who else likes doing that? But I have it already set here. Mondays are front rooms, Tuesdays are kitchen, Wednesday are bedrooms, Thursday studio, Friday is just like laundry, and honestly I give myself a break on Fridays. I don't really even do that, but that can tie into Saturday, and then the full house on Sunday. Now, I am including my studio here because I didn't get to really work on it on Thursday. So this is honestly a loose thing. But this that you see here is a daily task list for house care. So I hope that makes sense. And then here are my daily responsibilities that I don't have. Anyway, I hope that made sense and wasn't confusing. And I love you guys so much. So until next time, bye.